thinking about it. Well, we made it. We're live yet again.
We're late.
We're late. We're live. It's okay.
We're late for an important date. Let's see if anyone can name where that's from.
Yeah. Is it Alice?
It has a connection to Mark McKenna. I can tell you that.
Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say the whole time. My brain just wouldn't make the connection.
So the name Mark McKenna gave you Alice in Wonderland thoughts?
No, yeah, exactly. What was the connection
of Mark? He just sent us, the inked super dog.
Yeah.
Who will eventually need a name. But for now, he's super dog, I guess. So we can quickly show that to start off, since we did just get this like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Breaking news. So that's very cool.
Yeah. So you can see, I don't know if you have the penciled one handy. And maybe bring them up. Can we bring them up side by side to kind of see how it how the ink actually changes it, I guess.
Yeah.
And if you notice, if you stare at it really closely, like you can tell that's actually like pen ink. This is not done digitally.
Yeah. 1 second here. Let's see what we can do. Trying to make them all nice side by side. It's like this marvel of computing that I'm just learning how to do. Does this make for good TV?
Just press Alt F4.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bye, everybody. That's funny. I remember the first time I was in IRC and somebody told me just press Alt F4, and I did. And what? Oh, that's weird. It crashed at the same time, I said to myself.
So here we go. You can see the one on the right, drawn by hand by Jay.
Yeah.
The ink is done by Mark, also by hand. So you would ask, how is that possible? Are they roommates? Do they live in each other's basements? No, it actually gets sent from Jay in the physical mail to Mark. Wow. And then Mark inks it. And then I believe it is, I don't know if Mark sends it physically to Ross, or I think he scans it then and sends it to Ross at that point. Which would make more sense because Ross is over in Scotland, so
right.
Mail might take a while.
that'd be a long trip.
Yeah, but you can see like the ink splotches if you kind of stare at it, like towards, let's say, that bottom left kind of part of his cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see there, and so that's pretty. In an NFT digital world, it's pretty cool to still see the old comic book style artist tricks here.
Yeah.
And the next step will be Ross for coloring, and that is done digitally. And then we have the output.
You heard it here first, folks. Heroes and villains single-handedly keeping the United States Postal Service alive with our work.
Man, I mean, when we had to send those 4 billion images in the mail, it was all the possible combinations.
and then poor Alan, who had to upload them one by one into the contract, just feed it in manually.
Yep. So that's this, and I guess people obviously want to know more about the game. So while we don't have the recruit UI screens, we do have them, but they need some changes. So while those changes are being done, we don't want to show it to you just yet. But we can describe how the recruit feature works, since we talked a little bit in chat the other day about it.
Sure.
So, in effect, once the actual, we'll call them the OG sidekicks and henchmen are minted, and once the game is out, in recruit mode, you'll be able to basically send them on a recruiting mission. They can each go on one at a time. So if you have, 5 sidekicks and henchmen, They'll go on their different recruiting missions, and it's the first time you do it, it's going to take X amount of time and cost you X amount of hero tokens for sidekicks or villain tokens for henchmen.
Sure.
And it's not guaranteed though. There's a rate of success and failure.
Ah,
So the first time you do it, it's not going to take that long. It's going to be fairly cheap in coins, and you have a high success rate. Now, let's say you fail. Well, all that means is you lost your time and tokens. You can try again, no harm. But each time you try again, whether you've succeeded or failed previously, it takes a little bit longer because they have to go search a wider radius, right? Like
sure.
they start with the local hood and maybe the youth center, and then whatever, they have to expand their search. So the
Right.
time will take a little longer each attempt. The cost will go up as they have to travel further. Not all of them can teleport. So, um, and then if you were successful, well, you'll obtain an actual. Basically, it will be a copy, but it'll be labeled a recruit. So what this means is recruits themselves are not able to recruit others. Their usage, they will be NFTs that you can sell, trade, do whatever you want with, but they will be labeled clearly that they're recruits, and as such, they cannot recruit others, but they can be used in combat or for other features that involve them.
Nice.
So they'll also be slightly weaker in combat, meaning they're never as good as the originals.
Right.
So if you really want the full power of them, and especially if you want the ability to recruit with them, you're going to want to mint the originals when we drop that mint in the near future.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, you can buy off someone a much cheaper, let's say, recruit, so that you can use them in combat and see all their cool abilities and have that assistance. But you won't be able to recruit, and they won't be nearly as strong.
Very cool.
So
That sounds like a
that kind of
fantastic
explains the
mode.
recruit mode, which is coming together nicely. And once they do all the fixes to the UI, then I think we'll be able to show that.
Cool.
So if there's any questions on recruiting, feel free to ask us. And
Yeah.
I guess that's it for today.
Yeah. Yeah. You can ask. We may not answer, but feel free to
You're too polite to not answer them. I may not answer them.
That's right. All right, everybody. Well, we will see you tomorrow for an end of days Friday. Ooh,
Yes,
Friday,
end of week.
end of days. We'll look at some more. We'll look at some more cute pets. All right.
Actually, so if we have a confirmation by later today, we pretty much have our end of days revamp entire plan planned out. Okay. So depending if we get confirmation from a few places today, that might be something we can start going into tomorrow. And then I feel like we'll hold an official, maybe a Twitter space or an AMA in Discord, maybe next week to kind of actually go through all the changes and maybe make an infographic for people to kind of catch them up. So it has been a while since we did one there, since we shared any real news, because we were just in a holding pattern, hoping the market rebounds, which doesn't seem might be the case anytime soon at this point. So we're going to have to proceed with a little bit of a pivot and a little bit of some changes, but we think it's for the better, and we'll see if the community agrees with us.
We do pivots well here, so it should be good. All right, so a little tease of what you'll get for tomorrow. Or
and the only other thing I was going to say was, for everyone who bought the Heimdall package, because we're presenting you new changes, you will have the option if you'd like a refund on that. I believe we only, on purpose, we sold a super limited amount.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a problem. Everyone who has that, you're going to have the freedom to keep it with the new system, or you're going to have the ability to get a refund on it, just because we feel that's fair, since we are going to make some pretty significant changes. So yeah, once all those are out, we'll handle any requests from Heimdall people, but we're hoping you're all going to want to keep it. You're going to like the changes. You're going to think what we're doing is for the better of the project and the community, and it's still going to be very rewarding. There's still major prizes to be won and such. So I think we found a way to balance things with the market, take some risk off the table, and also give more value to defeated warriors, which was something we were kind of stuck with for a while regardless. So we found a way to definitely make them more valuable than they were.
Nice. Excellent. Well, looking forward to hearing about it, hopefully tomorrow, if not another
Yep.
day. And until then, we will talk to you tomorrow.
Goodbye.